Having understood the retail method of inventory valuation, we will now turn our attention to the other method allowed under the standard. This is referred to as standard cost method. Under this method, the inventories are broadly classified into two categories. One is inventories that are interchangeable, and the other is those inventories that are not interchangeable. The standard specifies three methods of valuation under the standard cost method. Let us examine one by one. 1. First in, first out method. Under this, it will be assumed that goods bought first will be sold first. The closing inventory therefore will consist of only most recent purchases. Let us now examine an example of the method of calculation under the FIFO method. 1. A company had an opening inventory of 100 units of Y item. This cost of these items was rupees 1,500. It makes new purchases at rupees 20 per unit during the year. 3. It sells 150 units during the year. Find out the cost of sale and cost of closing inventory under the first in, first out method. First, find out the total cost of inventory. The opening stock was 100 units of Y item. Cost was 1,500. The company made new purchases during the year. They bought 200 units at rupees 20 per unit. So the cost will come to 4,000. The total cost is 1,500 plus 4,000 is equal to 5,500. We will first calculate the cost of sale. The company sold 150 units during the year, out of which 100 units were from the old stock. The cost of the old stock was 1,500. The entire old stock was sold out. Then the remaining 50 units were sold from current purchases, which amounts to 50 into 20,000. So 1,500 plus 1,000 is equal to 2,500 is the total cost of sale for the year. Let us now calculate the cost of closing inventory. The total inventory was rupees 5,500. This we have already calculated. Out of which cost of sale was 2,500. So the cost of closing inventory is total inventory minus cost of sale is equal to 3,000. There is another way of doing it. We had an opening stock of 100 units of Y item. We sold the entire 100 units. The purchases during the year were 200 units at rupees 20 per unit, out of which we sold 50 units. So the remaining stock was 150 units. So the closing inventory is 150 into 20 is equal to 3,000. Either of the two methods can be applied to calculate the cost of closing inventory. Another method permitted under the standard is weighted average cost method. Under this method, the weighted average cost of a particular product will be calculated first. Let us take an example. The opening stock of 100 units at 2020 were there with a company. So the total cost is 100 into 20, 2000. The company made new purchases during the year. It bought 200 units at rupees 35 per unit. So that comes to 7000. So the total cost of products available for sale during that particular year was 2000 plus 7000 is equal to 9000. We will first need to find out the weighted average cost of a unit of the product. The formula is weighted average cost is equal to total cost of the product available for sale divided by total units available for sale, which is 9000 divided by 300 is equal to rupees 30. So the cost of each unit of the item will be rupees 30. This is the weighted average cost of a unit. The company sells 100 units of the product. So the cost of sale will be number of units sold into weighted average cost. That is 100 into 30 is equal to rupees 3000. Then cost of closing inventory. The company had in total 300 units available for sale during that particular year, out of which it sold 100 units. What is left is 200 units. So here 200 units into weighted average cost, that is 30, is equal to 6000. This is the cost of closing inventory. The third method is specific identification method. This method is best suited to products if their cost of purchase can be reliably and accurately tracked. This is applied to high value items like luxury cars, private jets, private yachts, etc. Products to which this method apply will not be interchangeable. Let us now take an example. Industrialist X, Y and Z places orders for custom built Rolls-Royce Phantom cars A, B and C respectively. Custom built means made according to the specification of a buyer. The other needed information is buyer car, cost of purchase, sale price. X has ordered for A car. The cost of purchase is 7.25. Sale price is rupees 8 crore. These are crores, rupees in crores. Y has ordered B vehicle, the cost of which is 8.50 crores and selling price 9.25 crores. Z has ordered C, the cost is 9.10 crores and the selling price 10.20. Suppose this car is sold first. So we can use specific identification method here and trace the cost of purchase to 9.10. No other method will be suitable for this. If we adopt first in first out method we have to show 7.25, which is not correct. Which is the cost of the car ordered by X. We cannot use weighted average method either, because that will also show a wrong purchase price amount. So in such cases where the cost of purchase can be traced to a product, this is the best method to be applied. Write down of inventory to its net realizable value. The standard defines the net realizable value as the estimated selling price of a product minus cost for completion, that is for bringing the product to its present location and condition, minus cost for sale. For a variety of reasons, including adverse market conditions, the cost of inventory may fall below the net realizable value. In such instances, it is necessary for a company to write down the inventory to its net realizable value. I will cite an example so that the concept will become very clear to you. Assume that the cost of a product a company had in stock was rupees 1,200. Its net realizable value falls to rupees 900 due to adverse market conditions. So the product net realizable value is 900, cost is 1,200. This cost should be written down to this value. That is what is called write down of inventory to net realizable value. The following journal entry will be passed. Loss on write down of inventory, rupee 300. This is debtor. To inventory reserve, 300. Write down of inventory to net realizable value. This is how the write down is carried out. In the trial balance, these two items will appear separately, but in the balance sheet they will be netted off and only 900 will be shown against inventory. With this, we have covered all the topics associated with the Ind AS 2, and in my next session I will deal with direct taxation. Thank you.